Welcome to Animal Stories 1957, where we explore the touching bond between creatures in the heart of the wildest winters. The world is wrapped in a blanket of white silence, where the biting wind whispers secrets to the frozen trees. In this harsh environment, every living soul must fight against the elements to survive the unforgiving chill of the season. High above, a flock of determined ducks pushes forward, seeking warmth before the storm claims the sky completely for itself. They move in unity, but the gusts are powerful, challenging their strength and testing the endurance of the weakest wings. Among them is a little one, struggling to keep pace, his energy draining with every powerful blast of icy air. Suddenly, the wind shows no mercy, separating the small bird from his family and forcing him down into the unknown. He tumbles into the deep powder, a tiny speck of life lost in an endless sea of cold and white. Disoriented and alone, he scans the horizon, but the sky is empty, and his family has vanished into the clouds. He calls out for help, but his tiny voice is swallowed by the roaring wind, leaving him in total isolation. With great determination, he begins to march, though the snow is deep and every step feels like a heavy burden. The world down here is a frozen labyrinth, where giant blades of grass loom over him like silent, icy sentinels. As the light fades, the temperature plummets, turning the landscape into a dangerous place for such a small, fragile creature. Exhaustion takes hold, and he collapses, the temptation to close his eyes and sleep becoming stronger than his will. His vision blurs as the cold seeps into his bones, and the hope of survival begins to drift away slowly. Not far away, two figures emerge from the mist, wandering through the snow with thick wool coats protecting them. The mother sheep moves with grace, her thick fleece serving as a perfect shield against the biting frost of winter. Her little lamb follows close behind, full of youthful energy, unaware of the tragedy unfolding just a few steps away. Suddenly, the mother pauses, her instincts sharp, detecting a faint sound that does not belong to the wind or snow. She listens typically, filtering the noise of the storm to focus on a weak, rhythmic distress call nearby. With a gentle nudge to her lamb, she changes course, guided by curiosity and a deep, innate sense of care. They traverse the snowy expanse, their destination a tiny dark speck that lies still against the vast white canvas. Upon arrival, the mother lowers her majestic head, her warm breath creating a small cloud around the frozen little bird. The lamb peers over with wide, wondering eyes, having never seen such a small and fragile creature in the snow. The duckling wakes to a giant shadow, trembling not just from the cold, but from the fear of the unknown. But the mother speaks softly in her own language, a gentle vibration that promises safety rather than any harm. Even the playful lamb offers a friendly greeting, nudging the bird gently, trying to spark some life back into him. The mother understands the situation immediately. She feels the violent shivers and knows that time is running out quickly. Night has fully descended, and the storm is intensifying, demanding that she makes a choice to save this life. With deliberate care, she lowers her heavy body onto the snow, creating a massive, warm wall against the wind. Her body becomes a fortress, blocking the icy gusts and creating a small pocket of calm in the chaos. She gently guides the little one closer, yet inviting him to share the heat radiating from her thick, woolly fleece. Instinct takes over, and the duckling presses himself into the soft wool, finding a refuge he desperately needed. Two different worlds collide here, feathers meeting wool, united by the universal need for warmth and survival tonight. The lamb completes the circle, lying down to seal the shelter, ensuring no cold air can reach their guest. From above, they look like a single island of life, holding fast against the white ocean of the winter storm. The mother watches over them with half-closed eyes, her steady breathing acting as a lullaby for the frightened bird. Slowly, the violent shivering stops, and the duckling's heart rate slows down as the warmth penetrates his frozen body. The lamb offers a gentle kiss, grooming the ice away, showing a tenderness that transcends species and language barriers. While the storm rages with fury outside, inside this small huddle, there is only peace, warmth, and safety. Snow begins to pile on the mother's back, but she does not move, steadfast in her duty to protect. Finally, the exhausted duckling surrenders to sleep, trusting his life completely to these gentle giants of the snow. The hours pass, and the storm eventually exhausts itself, leaving behind a clear, sparkling sky full of silent stars. Moonlight bathes the landscape in silver, watching over the trio who have found family in the most unlikely circumstances. The mother stirs slightly to keep her blood flowing, careful not to disturb the precious cargo tucked against her side. Beside her, the lamb dreams of green pastures, his legs twitching as he runs through imaginary fields of spring. Frost decorates her lashes like diamonds, a testament to the cold she endures so that others may be warm. The duckling is transformed. As his feathers are dry, his spirit is healing, and his strength is slowly returning. The sun begins to paint the horizon with gold, announcing the arrival of a new day and a fresh start. Warmth returns to the land, and the snow on the mother's back begins to melt, rising as a gentle mist. She rises with dignity, shaking off the heavy snow, ready to face the day and guide her charges. The little bird blinks in the morning light, surprised to find himself alive and greeted by the warmth of the sun. The lamb is already up, full of joy, inviting his new small friend to join in the morning celebration. He stands tall, flapping his wings, feeling the energy flow through his muscles, grateful for the miracle of survival. They chase each other across the snow, a mismatched pair bound together by the shared experience of the long night. The mother watches them play, her heart full, knowing she did exactly what nature intended her to do. But the journey is not over. She signals them to follow, leading them towards safety and perhaps a reunion. They march in a line, a curious parade moving through the winter wonderland, leaving a trail of footprints behind. They encounter a stream that flows defiantly against the ice, offering fresh water to quench their morning thirst. The duckling rushes to the water, in his element once again, paddling joyfully while his guardians watch from the bank. The lamb tries to join but finds the water too cold, retreating quickly much to the amusement of the bird. Refreshed, they continue their trek, heading towards the valley where the promise of shelter and food awaits them. The valley opens up before them, a breathtaking spectacle of light and snow, welcoming them back to civilization. Suddenly, a sound cuts through the crisp air, familiar and urgent, causing the little duckling to freeze in place. Near a sheltered pond, and a group of ducks is huddled together, having survived the storm in the valley's embrace. Recognition lights up his eyes. He calls out to them, his voice strong and filled with the joy of reunion. He runs but then stops, turning back to look at the saviors who kept him alive through the dark night. The mother sheep nods gently, a silent permission to return to his own kind, her job now complete. He rushes back for one final moment, pressing against her leg to say thank you in the only way he knows. The lamb says goodbye, too, a sweet moment between two young souls who shared a brief but meaningful connection. With a final glance, he turns and sprints towards his family, who welcome him back with loud, excited quacks. They surround him, a flurry of feathers and concern, amazed that their smallest member survived the freezing night alone. From the safety of his flock, he looks back one last time to see his guardians watching from the hill. Satisfied, the sheep turn away, continuing their slow march across the snow, leaving only footprints and a memory behind. Time flows like a river, and soon the white of winter gives way to the vibrant greens of spring. The world is reborn in color, with wildflowers dancing in the breeze and the sun warming the earth once again. In the pond, the ducks glide effortlessly, and our little survivor has grown into a strong and handsome bird. On the nearby hills, the sheep graze peacefully on the fresh grass, the lamb now nearly as big as his mother. The duck waddles up the bank, driven by a memory that has not faded with the changing of the seasons. The mother sheep lifts her head, her wise eyes recognizing the visitor who approaches with such confidence and grace. There is no fear now, only a comfortable silence as the bird stands beside the one who saved his life. The lamb joins them, greeting his old friend with a playful nudge, rekindling the bond formed in the snow. They stand together amidst the flowers, a beautiful portrait of friendship that survived the harshest test of nature. In the mother's eyes, we see pride, knowing that her simple act of kindness allowed this life to flourish. Kindness is a universal language, spoken not in words, but in actions that bridge the gap between all living things. Across the meadow, life thrives in harmony, reminding us that we are all connected in this great circle of life. We remember that dark, freezing night, where a decision to stop and help changed the course of a destiny. The duck takes flight, soaring above his friends, his wings strong and capable, casting a shadow over the green grass. Below, the sheep watch him soar, grounded by their nature, but lifted in spirit by the flight of their friend. He returns to the water, his natural home, but he carries with him the warmth of the sheep forever. As the sun begins to set, painting the sky in hues of purple and pink, a peace settles over the valley. The sheep settle down under the ancient tree, resting after a long day of grazing under the warm spring sun. The breeze whispers through the leaves, singing a song of seasons changing and the enduring power of love and care. A small bird lands on the mother's back, finding the same gentle patience that saved the duckling so long ago. Her eyes hold the wisdom of the earth, understanding that helping others is the noblest purpose of any living creature. Nature is vast and often cruel, but within it, there are moments of pure beauty that take our breath away. Like the ducks flying across the moon, we are all travelers, seeking warmth and companionship in a vast, open world. The lamb sleeps safely, knowing that he is protected, just as he learned to protect others when they were vulnerable. Fireflies dance in the twilight, tiny beacons of light that mirror the spark of kindness found in every heart. The valley sleeps, yet wrapped in the quiet comfort of the night, a sanctuary for all those who call it home. Hope is like a light in the darkness. It does not need to be a fire, just a steady glow. We look back one final time at the storm, realizing it was not the cold that mattered, but the warmth. The memory transforms from a struggle into a celebration, a story of survival that turned into a story of love. Let this story be a reminder that no winter is too cold if we are willing to share our warmth. Look into the eyes of nature, and you will find a reflection of the very best parts of our humanity. The duck leads his flock now, carrying the strength he borrowed from the sheep to guide others through their journeys. This valley will always keep their secret, a testament to the night when enemies became friends and strangers became family. Clouds drift across the moon, drawing the curtains on our story, but the feeling of warmth remains in our hearts. As the screen fades to the quiet of the night, we are left with the enduring power of a simple act. We hope this tale has touched your spirit and reminded you of the incredible bonds that exist in the natural world. Every story we tell is a tribute to the voiceless creatures who share this planet with us, teaching us compassion. If you felt the warmth of this story, please share it with others and subscribe to join our growing family. Thank you for watching Animal Stories 1957. May kindness always guide your path, just as it guided our friends today.